You walk into an empty gym, there's 20 machines available, and then you walk to the one next to where the guy just was. Why is that? All right, so I noticed something the other day. I walked into the gym, right? It was completely empty. Like, I don't know, maybe two people in the whole place. And, I needed to do cable flies. I mean, there was probably, I don't know, maybe six cable machines all open. And, I walked straight to the one that I always use, the one next to where the last guy just finished. And, I didn't even think about it, just autopilot. I just walked over there. And then I stopped and thought, well, wait, why did I do that? Yeah, there's five other machines, all exactly the same. Some probably better positioned, better, I don't know, better maintained maybe. But I didn't even look at them. I just went to the one that I always go to. And that's when it hit me. This isn't about the gym. This is how most guys live their entire lives, on autopilot. You wake up, same routine, same breakfast, same drive to work, same tasks, same conversations. Like, you don't even think about it. You just do it. And look, there's nothing wrong with routine. I mean, that's because that's what you've always done. Routine is good. I'm not anti-routine. But here's the problem. Most of the routines that you're following, you didn't choose them. You just inherited them from your parents, from society, from, whoever was around when you were figuring life out. And yet never stop to actually ask, is this actually what I want? Just think about it. Your career, did you choose it? Or did you just follow the same path that everyone else did, or the path that had the least resistance, the path that seemed safe? Look, really think about it. Your relationship, did you actually choose her? Or did you just date the type of girl that you've always dated because that's your pattern? Your money, did you choose how you spend it, or do you just spend it like everyone else around you spends it? Your body, did you choose your training style, or do you just do what the next guy or the guy next to you is doing? Most people never question it. They just keep walking over to the same machine over and over, different day, same pattern. And then they wonder why they're stuck, why they're not growing, why they feel like they're just going through the motions. I did this for over a decade, for a long time now. I finished school because that's what you're supposed to do. Choose a course at uni because that's what you're supposed to do as well. I didn't actually ask myself if I actually wanted to do it. Didn't ask if it would help me. I just did it because that's what everyone else was doing. And then I got a sales job, chased promotions, worked 60-hour weeks. I was climbing the ladder, and I hated it every single day. But I didn't stop because that's what you're supposed to do, right? You get the job, you get promoted, you buy the house, you settle down. That's the script. And I followed it for years. Same with relationships. I kept dating the same type of woman, different face, same patterns, same problems. Every time that it ended, I'd be confused. Why does this keep happening? It kept happening because I was on autopilot. I wasn't choosing, I was just following the pattern. And the worst part, I knew that I was doing it. Deep down, I knew I wasn't living my life. I was living someone else's. But it didn't change because, changing meant questioning everything. And that's scary. It's easier to just keep walking to the same machine. And then in my 30s, I hit rock bottom. 110 kilos, business struggling, relationship ended. Looking in the mirror at a guy that I just didn't respect anymore. And I finally asked myself the question that I've been avoiding for years. Is this what I actually want? Not, is this what I'm supposed to want? Not, is this what successful people do? Is this what I want? And the answer was no. You see, the career that I was building, not mine. The life that I was living, not mine. The goals I was chasing, not mine. I was living someone else's dream and wondering why I was miserable. So I stopped and I started asking better questions. And here's what changed everything. I started questioning my patterns. Every decision, every routine, every habit, I'd ask myself, am I doing this because I want to or because I'm just on autopilot? Simple question, but it changed everything. Career. Do I actually want this promotion or am I just chasing what everyone else is chasing or what everyone else sees as success? When it comes to training, do I actually enjoy this program or am I just doing what I saw on Instagram from some fitness coach or influencer? Relationships. Do I actually want this type of woman or am I just repeating the same pattern over again? When it comes to money, do I actually just need this thing or am I just buying what everyone else is buying? What's that saying? Am I just keeping up with the Joneses? Most of the time, the answer was autopilot. I was just following patterns that I never chose. So I changed them. Not all at once, but one by one, and my life completely shifted. Now look, I'm not saying burn your life down. I'm not saying quit your job and move to Bali or whatever. I'm saying question your patterns. Figure out what's actually yours and what's just on autopilot. Because here's the thing. Some of your patterns are good, right? Some of your routines actually serve you. But you won't know which ones until you question them. So here's what I did. I wrote down every major area of my life. Career, health, relationships, time, money. After each one I asked, if I could design this from scratch, what would it look like? Not what should it look like? What would I want it to look like? And then I compared that to what I was actually doing. And the gap, that's where the work is. That's where you need to change. Most guys won't do this because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to just keep following the same pattern. Go to work, come home, watch Netflix, repeat. Same machine, same routine, same life, over and over. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you actually want. But if you're watching this, I don't think it is. I think you're on autopilot. I think you're following patterns that you didn't choose. And I think you're ready to change. But you need to actually do it. Not just think about it, not just feel inspired for, 3 days and just go back to normal. Actually question your patterns. Actually make changes because nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, oh, hey, Royce, you're living the wrong life. You got to do it this way. You have to figure it out for yourself. So, here's the choice. You can keep walking to the same machine, the same career, same relationship patterns, the same habits, the same life. And in 5 years, you'll be exactly where you are now. Maybe a bit older, maybe a little bit more tired, a little bit more worn down, but the same. Or you can stop, question everything, and build the life that's actually yours. Not your parents' life, not society's life, not Instagram's life, yours. And yeah, that's harder. Definitely harder. That takes work, it takes balls. But it's the only way to actually be happy. Because living someone else's dream will always feel empty, even if you succeed. Now, if you want help figuring this out, I built something for you. It's a free 2-minute pattern test. Shows you which patterns you're stuck in. Whether you're struggling with your body, your mind, your presence, your purpose, whichever one needs attention first, whichever one needs the work first. Links in the description. And drop me a comment. Tell me which pattern you're following on autopilot right now. Whether it's career, relationships, training, money. Let's just be honest about it. Because I guarantee you're not the only one. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.